Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 34 and a half degrees outside.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Been bouncing between 34 something and 35.
I didn't realize it got that cold.
Yeah. Chilly out there, but it doesn't seem that cold.
No, it feels
Wind's not
absolutely
blowing.
great.
It's nice out there, but
what a beautiful weekend.
It was a great weekend. A lot of wonderful things took place last weekend, if not the latter part of last week. Let's start there. Let's kind of review here this morning. We had a wonderful turnout for the Junk Jaunt, and lots and lots of places with lots and lots of things. And one man's junk is another man's treasure. That's how the whole thing works.
That's what they say.
And ladies. And lots of people out, and it was fun to see, and the weather was gorgeous. So we enjoyed being out at the fairgrounds on Friday, kind of meeting some people from all over the country. It was amazing. Pennsylvania and Kansas and Oklahoma and all different places. And, of course, some right here in good old Nebraska, too. But it was fun to talk to the folks and spent some time with the United Methodist Church at their cafe.
Yep.
I think they could be open all the time. The food's really good.
I think so, yeah.
Company's even better. So anyway, that took place, and they were still out on Highway 2 late yesterday afternoon with shoppers at one of the stops. They left it up, and people were still stopping. So I think it was very successful, and everybody had a good time. So that was going in through the weekend all the way through yesterday. Friday night ball games that we covered, that all seemed to go pretty well and with some good contests.
Yeah, had a good time. Yep.
And then on Saturday, I believe you and Mr. Crawley went to the booster banquet, correct?
We did.
For Broken Bow.
Yes, yeah. I got my first crack at doing cornhole play-by-play.
Oh.
I've never done play-by-play of a cornhole tournament before. Mr. Crawley helped me out in the finals, and I just want to say this about our good friend Mr. Crawley. He is the only person that I know of that could find a way to interject wrestling terminology into coverage of a cornhole tournament.
Let me get. I bet you he. I wished I could have heard it. Did he say situation? Because he usually in wrestling says it's a situation. They're in a situation.
He may have. We had the women's champion of the night take on the men's champion in the in the finals of the cornhole tournament, and it went to, I guess what you would say, overtime. So that's when Mr. Crawley really started going into the wrestling terminology, sudden victory, all of that stuff. So, but no, it was a great night. Just the generosity of people just jumps out at you.
It really does.
A lot of generosity on Saturday night, and when we host fundraising events, whether it be for, certain organizations or whether it be for individuals. Just, again, amazing at the way this community will give. So, yeah, it was a great night, and I just want you to know that KCNI KBBN did purchase something.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. I purchased front row parking at the Broken Bow schools for the rest of the sporting season.
For the whole year?
Yes.
Oh, my
goodness. I am
goodness.
so excited. No longer will Brent have to carry the equipment 2 blocks or whatever it is if he's late to a game. I should have front row parking.
You should.
Should have.
Well, that's great.
So, yeah.
That's good.
It was a great time. Very
Good.
enjoyable evening.
Last evening, Sunday evening, was a very special evening as well. Temple Grandin spoke at the One Box Convention Center. The place was packed with people, and it just was such a wonderful presentation. What a beautiful mind she has, and I think everybody enjoyed it. A lot of people stayed, and she visited with them afterwards and had all kinds of books that she was offering for sale. But it was very, very nice, wonderful, and I just, again, a beautiful mind and willing to share it. So, and there was some questions about autism from folks who had family who had autism. So the one in North Platte is going to be centered more on autism. This was more on the moving of livestock safely and being gentle and kind to livestock all the way till their end, which I think is the right way to go. And she certainly can talk about that. She understands it better than anybody. So it was great.
Yeah, it's good.
Thanks to Mid-Plains Community College and all the sponsors who made that. I know Custer Federal was title sponsor, but there were others as well. And I'm sure we'll be talking about that with Casey in the near future when she comes in, because she had a smile on her face, and it just went really well. So, what a weekend, huh?
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Yeah. Nebraska football looked as good as they've looked all year.
They
over
didn't
the
have
weekend.
any.
So I was great. I had a great weekend.
No penalties.
And the Chicago Bears won.
Barely.
Oh my goodness. Hey, when you're a Bears fan, barely. Well,
I guess barely works.
I was just going to say, hey, pun intended, barely works. Believe me.
Oh boy, I'm a little nervous this morning about doing the show.
I'm sorry. I'm not causing you
No,
nervousness, am I? Okay.
No, I ran into the wonderful Jan Custer over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Out at the golf course. And she just made a quick comment / funny joke about the breakfast show, and I don't know exactly what to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She used speech terms. About
good.
Just going off the cuff or planning.
Yeah.
Your speech and your performance and.
Yeah, we do a lot of impromptu, a lot of extemporaneous here.
That's what she used. Good morning, Jan. It was good to see you. A very important gathering tonight. Now, they had also a wonderful event yesterday in Callaway, and this was to raise money for the family of Nathan Rosentrader, who we lost in an automobile accident last week, unfortunately. And Callaway kind of stepping up. They wanted to raise some money for the family. So Shotgun Annie's had a buffet yesterday that ran from 11 a.m. throughout the whole day to raise money. So thank you, Candace, for doing that. I know they appreciate that. And then also today at Henry's Bar in Callaway, they'll be having a free will donation taco night starting at 5 o'clock tonight. So if you're a little hungry and you don't want to fix a meal and you want to help out your neighbors, travel to Callaway to Henry's Bar and take in the taco night. That starts at 5. Proceeds go to the family of Nathan Rosentrader. Just what Brent was talking about a little bit ago was we always have people helping people, and that's why this is a good place to be. School lunch menus, I've got mine over here, I guess. You have yours?
I do.
I'll start with Callaway. We were just talking about Callaway, and we may or may not have read them on Friday. So.
I did. I just didn't cross them off.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that was a busy day. Callaway, pork patty, fruit, vegetables, and milk at Callaway today.
Arcadia today, chicken Alfredo, excuse me, at Arcadia.
Arnold, it's pulled pork on a bun.
Broken Bow today, some of their choices include pizza pasta bake with garlic breadstick, popcorn chicken with garlic breadstick, fresh-baked ham and cheese sub, crispy chicken shaker with roasted flatbread, or at the grill station. The grill station combo today, hot dog basket at Broken Bow today.
Hot dog basket. Litchfield today, they show no school today on their calendar.
All right. SEM today looks like chicken bacon ranch pasta at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
They're showing no school at Ansley today. They're having a PT conference.
Thetford today, chicken taquitos and broccoli at Thetford.
And Anselmo Myrna today. They're having pizza pasta bake with garlic breadstick, chicken nuggets with garlic breadstick, crispy chicky shaker with roasted flatbread, a little chicky there for you, chicky baby, vegetables, fruit, and milk at Anselmo Myrna today.
Sandhills today, roast beef wraps, chips, and cookies at Sandhills Public School in Dunning. Those are your school lunch menus. Now your menu for the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow today. Going to be a fish fillet sandwich with lettuce salad, apricots, and cherry dessert at the Prairie Pioneer Center.
Okay. Now we have this week, and this is a busy one coming up. Weather is going to be super fantastic this week. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Fall-like weather. Can't beat it.
No, you cannot. No, this is gorgeous.
Wonderful. So we'll be looking forward to spending time with you this week on The Breakfast Show, and then hopefully we can all go outside and enjoy the weather. As a matter of fact, we can enjoy it even a little bit better because we have a doorknob problem here. Second doorknob in the second door in the breezeway.
Yeah.
The first one was put in when it was constructed. It actually caused us some grief because Mary Ritter cut herself on the doorknob and did not take legal action.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. We could have lost the whole station that day. So we replaced that doorknob with another one, and Higgy Baby helped me do that. We did it together not all that long ago. And then I guess it decided over sometime between when everybody left here Friday to go to the ball games and come back, the doorknob malfunctioned, but the latch part of it stayed in there, and the guys couldn't get it out. So Saturday I came out and used a little gentle force and took it apart. And so now that door is open, but we're going to have to get another doorknob. If you have a recommendation for a doorknob that will not cut people or not lock it on you.
Or break, within under a year.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be great.
I had trouble with it Friday when I was going in and out, packing up to go to the game Friday. But you don't think too much about it because I did get it open and get it in. And then when we came back from Cozad, had a message from Jeremy saying, you won't be able to go in the front door because we can't get the door open. So,
well, I actually, Joan and I went out to see Chris Lager at Sly's on Friday for a while, and I kept thinking, Jeremy said he was going to maybe try to catch part of the show when they got back, and he had family there to meet with, but he wasn't showing up. I'm going, well, what's taking so long? And I guess he was trying to take the doorknob and make the latch release so they could get in.
Yeah.
But I did get that done on Saturday. So
well, thanks, Dave.
We'll have to try to find a more reliable doorknob. That's the second one, and this one didn't last very long.
So for today, it's kind of an open door policy.
Yes, we have
here at KCNI KBBN.
Exactly. All right, today we want to talk a little bit about a couple different things: Healing Hearts and Families. Also, the Rotary will be here to talk about their upcoming Pints for Polio. And at this moment, we're going to play the game real quick, and then we're going to talk to Steve with the grocery cart.
All right, this is kind of right up Steve's alley.
Oh, good.
It's Potato Month, and they sell potatoes right there at the grocery cart.
They do.
Bought a bag from the GK just the other day, as a matter of fact. Here's your question for today. Who brought potatoes over to Europe for the first time? Who brought potatoes over to Europe for the first time? Your choices are the Chinese, the Spanish, the English Navy, or the Vikings.
Wow.
Who brought potatoes over to Europe for the first time? The Chinese, the Spanish, the English Navy, or the Vikings? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It's homecoming week, and we're excited for the fun festivities at Bo Bootery. We're celebrating with savings. Come and save 20% off anything regular priced that has red or white on it. We wish all of the homecoming candidates and players a special week. 20% off regular price merchandise with red or white on it, going on this week as we cheer on Broken Bow at Bo Bootery on the Square. Go Bo!
All right, didn't get a call, so what is the answer, Brent?
The answer is the Spanish. The conquistadors brought them from South America. That's your answer.
That's good to know. Now, the potatoes that are the grocery cart don't necessarily come from the Spanish, because
I think they come from Idaho, don't they?
Probably
some of them.
A good amount of them would come from Idaho. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's the Spain potatoes that we get.
Yeah. Well,
you don't have conquistadors showing up every week bringing you potatoes?
Not that I know of.
That's good. That's good. We like Idaho potatoes.
All right.
American potatoes. How you been?
Good.
Good. Things busy at the store?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking grocery cart, folks, if you're just tuning in.
Yeah. Appreciate all the business for sure.
Yeah. 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep going. Are supplies getting a little better for you in some areas?
Oh, it fluctuates as always. There's things that come back into stock, and then there's things that go out of stock. So just be prepared for that. You sometimes have to just grab what's available. Yeah. And but for the most part, things are better for sure. So we had jars this canning season, and so that was a good thing.
A very good thing, yeah. Because there's this is where we're putting those tomatoes up into different things and making pickles and all that sort of thing. So
absolutely.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine you have plenty of specials to tell us about. You always do.
Oh, absolutely. Before I grab into that ad, I'll jump in and say we're looking for some great help, whether it's full-time, part-time, that you're interested in. We've got multiple areas in the store that are open. If you want to work for a team that's been around for, most of the team has not been there for this long, but the store's been there for 40 years next year. And so if you want to be part of a team that has that kind of a longevity, and if you're a people person and you like to work hard and earn an honest paycheck, the GK is definitely a great place for you. So.
All right. And you may talk about the deli later when you get into specials, but I know you've got some exciting things going on there as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Shauna and Dan have come to our store. A lot of folks out there don't need me to explain who they are, and so Shauna makes some delicious lunch items. And we're continuing our grab-and-go selections. We have full service from 8 a.m. to basically 5 p.m. on everything in our deli. And so that's Monday through Friday, closed Saturday, Sunday. Again, if you're looking for a job, we would like to open back up on Saturday and Sunday as well. So definitely need to be open to working weekends. That's just part of retail. That just is...
That's what it is.
The thing. Yeah. So, that's exciting stuff. I know a lot of great comments in our deli, and things are running very well. We've transitioned and melded the two teams that came together there really well. So it's a nice team. So if you're looking to be in addition to that team in specific, definitely come talk to me.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, specials, and more specials.
Yeah, let's talk about it starting this fine Monday, this September 26th through October 2nd. Of course, the meat department is where you always want to start your list, and of course, Andrew and team always sport the finest cuts of meat that you can get around here, and the Grocery Cart Premium Aged Choice Certified Angus Beef is one of those things. Rump roasts are only $4.98 a pound, so as the transition happens from summer into fall, it's always nice to think about those soups, stews, roasts, and otherwise that you want to make, and the GK Meat Department can set you up with all of that and more. There's still time for grilling, though, so pick up one of these sirloin tip steaks for $5.48 a pound, country-style pork ribs, $3.48 a pound, and lean and tender pork cutlets. If you're looking for a satisfying meal, that's a good direction to take, $2.98 a pound. For the weekends, the Husker games and otherwise, or it doesn't have to be the weekend, you might just like Little Smokies, $4.48 a package there. Fairbury beef hot dogs, 16-ounce package, $5.98. Daly's smoked slice bacon, $4.98 each, and much more in that meat department. The dairy deals this week, we've got some great deals on Best Choice sour cream, $1.70 a tub. Be aware that there was a mistake in our ad, printed Daisy sour cream instead of Best Choice. It's pictured Best Choice, and that is what is on ad. We apologize for that mistake. Simply orange juice, varieties 2 for $8, so get your vitamin C in during the allergy and cold season that's coming up upon us. Pick up a pack of Ruffles or Lay's and grab a Best Choice cold dips, 3 for $5 in the 16-ounce tubs. Ready whip topping in a can, $3.48 each. Of course, that's in our dairy section. Frozen foods this week at the GK, we've got Innovation Meals, 2 for $12. Nice to mix it up once in a while and have a nice Asian entree any time of day there. We also have some other great frozen meals. Marie Callender's dinners, $2.88 each. We've got picked sweet vegetables, 2 for $6. The people that buy this are very familiar. It's in the clear kind of a bag. It's a larger bag. Those are very popular items, so 2 for $6 on those frozen vegetables. Grocery savings, and as I transition into grocery, don't forget the orange tag savings hung up throughout the store. You can find those in all of the departments. A little extra savings as you shop through the aisles at the GK. We've got a lot of great pop deals as always, so pick out those favorites. We've got Doritos or Ruffles. Spoke about those earlier with those dips, 2 for $7. Economical choice is always the pastas, maybe some soups this time of year. Progresso soup, 2 for $4. If you're having pasta night, we've got Ragu pasta sauce, 3 for $5. Maybe you're starting to think about baking season. Best Choice evaporated milk, $1.48 a can. Red Gold tomato juice, 2 for $5. So it might be chili season for you as well. McCormick chili seasoning mix in the packets, $1.28 each. Continuing in the grocery savings, pick up a 12 double roll package of Bounty paper towels if it's time to fill up that supply of paper towels in your household. This is the time to do it. $18.98. I think those are normally around $20, $25 for those, so that's a pretty good deal there. Saltine Crackers by Best Choice, 2 for $3. And maybe you want to have some nice pancakes for breakfast one morning. Pearl Milling Company pancake mix, 32-ounce box, $2.98. And the pancake syrup to go with it, 24-ounce bottle, $3.78. Farm fresh produce is always a great choice to go with your meat items and otherwise. We've got some great accompaniments for any stew or roast. We have yellow onions, 98 cents a pound. Baby carrots, $1.08 for a 1-pound package. Sliced mushrooms, 8-ounce package, 2 for $3. Pick up a 3-pound bag of Macintosh apples, $2.98. Red or green seedless grapes, $1.68 a pound. All at your farm fresh produce at the GK. The Fresh Deli, open 8 to 6, Monday through Friday. You can pick up these great ad items. Mrs. Jerry's Greek Feta Pasta Salad, $2.98 a pound. They didn't bring the potatoes. The Greeks, the Grecians, they brought the olives.
Nice.
Oh, sure they did. Yeah. Of course, there are Spanish olives too.
Yeah, you're talking to an olive connoisseur over here in David J. Burney.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah.
Can't get anything past him on olives.
It's about the only thing you can't get past.
If you're hankering for some corned beef, that season is earlier in the year, but heck, it's corned beef season all year, right? Sliced to order Hormel corned beef, $8.98 a pound. Monday through Friday, of course, you can pick up Shauna's delicious homemade meals announced every day. We've got the meatloaf, I know, today, among many other great things I'm sure she has planned. You can also pick up a Chester's No. 3 tender meal, $1 off on Monday. Wednesday, Chester's No. 4 two-piece chicken meal, $1 off, and Chester's 10-piece tenders meal deal. So amp it up on Fridays and get that 10-piece tenders meal deal from the deli. Tenders are always delicious. Ask for some sauce to go with it. They got the Chester's sauce back there. We're trying to order some more of that, so hopefully we don't run out as I say that, but we'll have it in soon. It's one of those favorites. Barbecue, of course, and honey mustard to go with all those great tenders, and we appreciate the school kids that come in for the student meal at around 12:30 or 1 each day. Thank you for visiting our deli, and everyone else that comes in for the deli. That's a great, great deal. Come say hi to Shauna and team. They're doing a fantastic job. As always, you can always pick up a bunch of the grab-and-go items. There's prepackaged salads that we carry out of our service case, as well as meats and cheeses, desserts, and all sorts of great things. There's leftovers from Shauna's meals as well, of note. So if you miss out on a lunch service, you might be lucky enough to go get a heat-and-eat container from that grab-and-go of a homemade meal. You can't beat that. GK Bakery, always doing the great stuff. Of course, their custom cakes. We've got a lot of great ad items, including these new fresh-baked gourmet jumbo cinnamon rolls. It's 1-count package, 2 for $4. They have a flatter cinnamon roll and numerous icings and streusel on it. So I've had one, and so if I like it... which I like a lot of sweets. Maybe you won't like it, but I'm guessing there's a good chance you're going to like it. What else are you going to like? Maybe something from the Wine and Spirits shop. So get that local favorite, national brand, whatever your liking is, or maybe a new favorite from back there in the Wine and Spirits shop. Rewards, bonus items, always last but not least. From the deli, you can get the GK fresh-made deli subs. You got the ham, turkey, or roast beef, $3.98, and 400 points to go along with it. From the bakery, 2-bite macaroons. This is a 10-ounce box, $3.98, earn 400 points. Maybe instead of pancakes for breakfast, you want Eggo waffles, 24-count, $5.48 each, earn 500 points. Brummel and Brown spread, 15-ounce bowl, $3.98, earn 400 points. Cream of soups by Best Choice, 26-ounce cans, 2 for $3, earn 150 points. General Mills cereals, select varieties, 2 for $6, earn 300 points. Dakota brand summer sausage from the meat department, $3.98, earn 400 points. And Best Choice russet potatoes.
There they are.
Straight from Idaho. Or Spain, whichever you want to believe.
Or Ireland.
$4.98 for a 10-pound bag, earn 500 points. So earn those points up. Use your points towards free items at the GK and gas discounts at Casey's. And we appreciate everyone bearing with us as things always change, and that's about the biggest constant in life is things are going to change. But what matters is your adaptability, and we hope that we've adapted well for you all. And if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. Of course, you have the quick checkout that you can do.
Absolutely.
If you want to do. Even if you buy a lot of groceries, it's really handy if you just pick up a few things as well.
Absolutely.
Kind of keep the line going that way.
Yeah, a lot of folks bring their full cartload up there, too. Yeah, and we're good with that, too. And, if you need help, don't be shy. If I'm standing there, I'll check your groceries out for you. I mean, I'm not above doing whatever.
Whatever needs to be done.
If you need to be shown how to use it, why wouldn't I show you?
Sure,
I mean, for me, it's easy, but I've done it 1,000 times. So
yeah.
I mean,
that's just getting familiar with it.
Yeah.
And then people seem to be using it more and more. So.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are liking them. It's going to have its quirks all the time because it's set up that way. It's a machine. So.
Yeah.
That's the way our other registers are, too. So, I mean, yeah. So, appreciate the business. Hope everyone's going to have a good harvest, and fall sports are in full swing. So, good luck to all those kids out there, and come in and see us at the GK for all your grocery needs.
All right. And, Steve, we don't thank you enough publicly. All the sponsorships that you provide for our sports broadcasts and different things we're up to. Thank you. We appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Happy to do it.
All right. We'll take a quick time out and catch up on some news.
Are you sidelined with an injury? Team Physical Therapy can help at 872-5111. With fall sports and activities getting underway, let the Movement Rehabilitation Specialist get you back into shape. 872-5111. Don't let that back, neck, knee, or shoulder injury prevent you from doing what you love best. With locations in Broken Bow, Burwell, Callaway, Gothenburg, and Kearney, Team Physical Therapy will get you back in the game. 872-5111, or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Ian is now a hurricane. The storm's expected to slam into Florida in the middle of the week. Our Omar Villafranca is in Clearwater.
We still aren't sure of Ian's path. Landfall could be here on Florida's west coast, could be up in the Panhandle. No matter where this storm hits, it will pack a punch, and people here in Florida are preparing for the worst.
In eastern Canada, widespread damage from Fiona. Greg Cook is a volunteer firefighter.
We watched a house over here just completely get ripped off its foundation by a wave, and there was actually a house behind me right where we're standing, and that's completely gone now, and we watched that one just disappear.
Denver Riggleman is a former Republican congressman who was in charge of looking at phone records, emails, social media, and text messages related to the January 6th attack. He told 60 Minutes.
You get a real aha moment when you see that the White House switchboard had connected to a rioter's phone while it's happening. That's a pretty big aha moment.
CBS News Brief. I'm Stacey Lynn.
In Nebraska news, law enforcement are attempting to locate a handcuffed suspect on 3rd Road between J Street and K Street in Chapman, Nebraska. Multiple agencies have been on the scene attempting to track down the suspect, who fled on foot and assaulted an officer. As of 11:15 p.m. Sunday, law enforcement had responded to the 300 block Chapman Road to a report of a male subject attempting to make entry into an occupied residence. Merritt County Sheriff's Office shared in a Facebook post the public is advised to stay clear from the area, keep doors locked, and report anything suspicious. The suspect is 22-year-old Jaden Hayes of Hall County. Hayes is an Hispanic man, last seen shirtless, wearing blue jeans, and has several tattoos on his body, including the neck, face, and stomach area. He is said to have shorter hair than the picture that was released after the incident. He was last seen attempting to break into a vehicle and fled into a nearby cornfield. The Merritt County Sheriff's Office, Howard County Sheriff's Office, Nebraska State Patrol, Nance County Sheriff's Office, and the Hall County Sheriff's Office were all working together to try to track down Hayes. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
In college football Saturday, victories in the top 10 for Georgia and Alabama, for Ohio State and Michigan, and for number 5 Clemson, which won in double overtime at Wake Forest, 51-45, despite 6 touchdown passes from Sam Hartman. Kansas State pulled off the upset at number 6 Oklahoma, beating the Sooners 41-34. 7th-ranked USC needed a touchdown pass with just over a minute to go to win at Oregon State 17-14. Kentucky and Tennessee with wins, and Texas A&M as well. The Aggies beat number 10 ranked Arkansas 23-21. Oregon came back to win at Washington State. Texas Tech in overtime beat Texas, and Middle Tennessee dominated Miami. In baseball, Cleveland won its 6th straight game. The Yankees won their 6th in a row. Aaron Judge went 0-for-3. Dodgers and Padres with victories. Oakland beat the Mets and Jacob deGrom 10-4, while Atlanta won its game 6-3 at Philadelphia.
Here's your Weatherology Forecast. High temperatures pushing up into the upper 70s for today. We'll see abundant sunshine. Then for tonight, clear and calm, dropping back to a low of 43. Tuesday, a stretch of sunny and dry weather looks to continue with highs in the upper 70s. Wednesday, still lots of sunshine, working up to a high of 75, and a few degrees warmer into your Thursday, approaching 80. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you, or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we are here, ready to listen. We want to know what's important to you. We want to learn about your goals so that together we can put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
8:05, 35 degrees outside under a clear sky. Winds are southwest and light this morning. Barometric pressure up maybe 1 point at 30.24. Humidity at 89%. High yesterday, as we mentioned, a beautiful 78 with an overnight low of 34. This is interesting. This is this time of year. Sunrise today, 7:30. Sunset today, 7:30. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:31. An inch 21 precipitation in the rain gauge so far this month at KCNI KBBN Radio. Couple of things that I'd like to start a series on, or not a couple of things, just one very important thing. I like our conversations when we have time. We don't always have time to center on a very important subject.
Okay. What subject are you wanting to focus in on today?
Carp.
Carp.
The introduction of carp to the United States of America and the reasons why.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you're a fisherman,
yes,
and you fish lakes that are somewhat shallow, you know that if carp get into shallow lakes, they really mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
They turn it to dingy, dark, yucky water, and then nothing does as well, and they root up all the vegetation, and it just ruins the fishing. Now, in bigger lakes, they multiply like rabbits, but they don't bother bigger lakes like that as much as shallow lakes. We'll start there.
Okay.
Now, for years, I've been saying, why did we ever bring carp to the United States of America? I knew that in Europe, carp were sought after. They were a sporting fish there that people in Europe loved to fish for, and they loved to eat them. And it all started in Asia, but then made it to Europe, and then eventually we actually asked for a carp to be brought here. And I'm still, slapping myself on the side of the face and saying, why did we do that?
Right.
But you'll find that as we go through this in the days to come, it's kind of a history map of what happened to our streams and rivers before we brought carp here.
Oh.
So it's all about taking care of the gifts that we got when the world was made and what we've done to it. You wouldn't think carp would be part of the story there, but it is. I'll leave it at that.
Can I ask what brought this on? Did you watch something on National Geographic about the carp or what?
No, I went fishing on Saturday, and I went to a lake that used to fish, and it's a shallow lake.
Uh-huh.
And I hadn't been there for a long, long time, and I thought, hey, I should go try that lake.
Uh-huh.
And when I got there, I almost didn't put the boat in because the water was brown and murky and yucky. But I thought, well, maybe it's just turning over. Maybe the lake is just turning over, which happens this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I was fishing, catching nothing, I was hearing these carp flopping around out in the lake and flapping their sides against the water. And then I thought they renovated this X amount of years ago, but it's really hard to keep carp out. And so then when I got home, I thought, I'd like to understand why we put carp in our streams and lakes back in the 1800s. So I started doing some research.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this is coming from Dave Burney's research.
Yeah, it's not just off the top of my head. I'm not going to do a lot each day. I just think it's interesting in this one particular little case study of why we have carp. And I think you'll find it interesting.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you won't.
I just find it interesting and impressive that you would do research.
Well, if you're interested in something, research is fun. If somebody tells you you have to research this, it's not as much fun.
And research is easier than it used to be.
Yeah, that's not really like...
You just go to google.com.
But again, with google.com and researching on the internet, folks, you really have to know that you find a source that's really reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be all kinds of opinions out there, and even some agents or people posing as agencies. So you have to be careful. You have to go and do a little research on your research sources before you research if you really want to get the true story. Make sure you're researching on a reliable, factual information provider. Okay, now see what carp, we started with carp, and now we're on even further, deeper, and diving into the lake deeper.
So this is going to kind of be a weekly, this is going to be our week topic?
Topic
for the week?
Whenever we have time, carp.
Okay.
Yes. They're thought of as majestic and powerful in certain parts of the world.
If you're fishing and you bring in a carp, what's your reaction? Are you upset?
Well, they're fighters. They're a lot of fun to bring in, but they're not to most people's eye, they're not the most beautiful fish in the world. And we'll talk about the actual consumption of carp later.
Okay, all right. That's for later.
Yeah. All right, let's get away from the carp and go to pancakes.
Okay, go to where?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Oh, well, okay.
National Pancake Day today.
Yay. Love pancakes.
Some people call them Johnny cakes, griddle cakes, or hot cakes. They date back to more than 30,000 years.
Wow.
And in fact, it may be the oldest breakfast food, if I can get this out, breakfast food in human history. So go ahead and stack them up and drown them in syrup. Your ancestors would be proud. You don't have to wear flannel either and be like a lumberjack day. It's pancakes are for everybody, not just lumberjacks. It's also National Johnny Appleseed Day.
Oh.
Johnny Appleseed was a real guy. You remember his name?
No, I don't. No, I couldn't answer that question.
I couldn't either. John Chapman.
Oh.
Back in the 1700s, went around planting apple trees in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, so early settlers would have something to eat. Just think, without him, we might not have apple pie. He kind of was adamant about it. Now, here's a science one for you real quick.
Okay.
You probably heard this on the news this morning or over the weekend. NASA, at approximately 7:14 Eastern Time, plans to crash a perfectly good spaceship into an asteroid this evening. It's kind of a experiment.
Okay.
It's true. I'm not kidding you.
I'm not saying it. No, I believe you. I'm just saying what the experiment is. What? To see if you can break up an asteroid or what?
Or change its course.
Oh, okay.
So let's say somewhere down the road we discover an asteroid is headed towards Earth, and we don't have movie stars to go out and drill holes in them.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want we don't want the movie Armageddon to break out.
Right. So this is an experiment to see whether when they crash this rocket into the asteroid, whether it does anything damage-wise or changes its course. That should happen at about 7:14 Eastern Time tonight. It's part of something they call DART, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. They want to see if smashing into it a million miles away could knock it off course. So, if it moved it just a little bit a million miles away, that would really change its course. So you can actually watch it online. They're going to stream that somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So how much is the, and they're going to crash into it with what again?
A rocket.
A rocket.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder how much the rocket is worth. Because I'm assuming that the rocket won't be worth much after it crashes into the asteroid.
No, it'll be done. But you can watch the whole thing at nasa.gov/NAS Alive.
And that's tonight.
Tonight, 7:14 Eastern Time.
Eastern Time. So
Yep.
6:14 Central.
Yeah. Birthdays today, my friend.
Okay, who's celebrating?
Serena Williams.
Oh, I've heard of her.
She just retired. Maybe.
Yeah.
She's a little bit like Brady. Maybe. She is, of course, a tennis superstar that just announced her possible retirement after 23 Grand Slam titles and some of the fiercest moves on the tennis court. She is 41 today. Linda Hamilton, best known for playing Sarah Connor in the Terminator films, is 66 today. Nev Schulman, age 34 today, TV host, and the subject of the 2010 documentary Catfish, and now hosts a reality show called Catfish, the TV show. And Sean Stockman is 50 today. He is far from the end of the road for his birthday. He shares lead vocals with the popular R&B band Boys II Men. So those are some birthdays. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Also, want to remind folks about the Oktoberfest coming up, 5K run, walk, or 1 mile loop walk, coming up on October 8th from 8 a.m. Well, 8 a.m. is check-in, 9 o'clock race starts, and that's at Melham Park in Broken Bow. $25 entry fee includes a T-shirt, and the deadline to register for the shirt is September 20th. I don't understand that. I think you'll just go register and take your $25 with you. How's that?
Okay.
You can send your payment to the Broken Bow Elks Lodge, 620 North 13th Avenue in Broken Bow. With questions, get a hold of Kayla Haberstick at kayla.haberstick@gmail.com. It's sponsored by the Broken Bow Elks Lodge. Let me read this here. Well, they've kind of got all the information, docs, Google, forms, and things there. It's a little confusing to me. You'll probably figure it out if you see the poster. But there's an entry fee, and they're raising money. So if you get a T-shirt, great. If you don't, great. It all goes to good causes.
Good.
Now, before we move along, we want to remind you that coming up on October 3rd, which will be a week from today, is a very important election candidate forum. And this is brought to you through the media here in the area. The Custer County Chief, I'm going to give them kudos. They actually started this and headed it up, and asked the KCNI, KBBN Radio, and KBBN Radio to participate. And we'll be asking some questions, and they've got the format all set up now. And this will take place Monday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Auditorium here in Broken Bow. And this will be questions for County Supervisor District 7, Broken Bow Public School Board, District 25, and for the Broken Bow East City Council positions that are seats that are being run after because there's a lot of things out there that were decided in the primary, but these are things that you'll be voting on, people that you'll be voting on in November. And early voting starts here in October, so that's the reason this is happening here in early October. And this is something you can attend, of course, and watch and listen. And Jeremy is planning on live streaming that video for you as well of that event. So that's coming up next week, next Monday.
Wow. It is that time of year.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you're contemplating again. I can see that look.
Well, it's hard to get carp off your brain. Hey,
Yes.
did want to, I got to ask you. I had a gentleman out at the fairgrounds on Friday just kind of scolded me. And I
scolded you?
Well, just kind of.
Okay. For what?
Well, what did I say last week that would have offended Christy?
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, what could you have done last week that got Christy riled up?
Well, I thought she was pretty cool about any of the conversations we had about her, and this gentleman said he thought I was a little rough on her.
Yeah. Oh, you made an accusation. Is what you did.
No. There was a young man that led me to believe that she was going to make a special announcement.
No.
I don't want to say it again. You know, I don't want to say those words again. So let's just leave it be.
I think it would be smart that you didn't.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, don't bring me into this.
Hey, baby.
Me had nothing to do with it. It was all you.
Back off, baby.
Back off.
I just got back from watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC. As fall arrives, shop at Gary Superfoods for everything you need for delicious meals. Smithfield all-natural baby back ribs are $3.49 a pound right now, or get bone-in center-cut rib chops for $2.99. USDA choice T-bone steaks are $9.99 a pound. Our family party-sized chips are only 2 for $5, and for dessert, our family ice cream pails are $5.99. Gary Superfoods on South B Street in Broken Bow. Shop and save with your hometown grocery store today.
Ansley Lumber and Supply has the products you need for your roofing projects. You can depend on the quality to keep your home safe and strong for years. Malarkey, Tamco, and GAF combines installation and innovation with extreme technology features, including a high-performing weather layer, highest wind protection ever, strongest seal ever, most beautiful look ever, and most popular color lineup. For your roof projects, go to Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind on your filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally, fast. Ally's Tax Relief Negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections, but have you called them today? Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fix all your tax problems. Take the first step to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief today for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. Ally's Tax Relief. 800-957-0325.
Former President Trump just wrote on Truth Social that Dick Morris's new bestseller, The Return, is a great book and urges you to get it. The Return reveals that big media and the deep state have formed an alliance to stop Trump. An Amazon bestseller. Get Dick Morris's The Return or see the free offer from Newsmax and save $28. Just call 800-NEWSMAX. That's 800-NEWSMAX. Or go to thereturn911.com. Get it today.
8:26, almost 8:27. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Monday morning. Universal Insurance Agency, downtown Broken Bow, right on Highway 2. Right there where Mr. Harborslavin used to be, as I told you. Now is a beautiful office with very nice people in it who are willing to help you with your insurance requirements.
Yes, it's always important, as we know, to insure your home, your family, and your possessions. But if you're in business, it's important to insure it. Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow about getting the right coverage. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success on the insurance side. So talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today. You can call them at 872-6438, or you can visit them at 940 South E Street in Broken Bow.
A help wanted notice from Nebraska Department of Transportation. They are looking for some good workers. Some qualifications are required, but not a lot, and they'd love you to let them know if you're interested.
And you need to apply online. So this is how you go about it. The Nebraska Department of Transportation is currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Oconto. Now, for a full job description and to apply, this is the website you need to go to, statejobs.nebraska.gov. An online state application must be completed. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
And we have guests in the lobby, so we're going to take a break and get them in the studio. That's coming up next.
When is the last time you compared your home and auto insurance rate? Hi, this is Tina with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. As your new agent in the Broken Bow office, I look forward to working with you and helping to protect your most important assets with comprehensive and affordable coverage. Stop in at our office at 914 South D here in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Whether you need home, auto, farm, or commercial, I'm excited to be a part of your insurance team with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
A great wheat harvest is in the bag when you choose certified seed wheat from Arrowseed. Planting certified seed from Arrowseed ensures high-quality weed-free seed with known germination, known test weight, and known seed count. This, along with Arrowseed's careful conditioning that keeps your drill running smoothly, you're on the way to producing high-profit yields. Call your local Arrowseed dealer or visit arrowseed.com to find the certified seed wheat varieties best for you.
there's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Waking up Central Nebraska.
They are so funny.
KCNI, KBBN.
It's 8:30. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. As we mentioned, we had guests in the lobby. Now they're in the studio to talk about healing hearts and families. And I'll turn things over to my co-host, my good friend, my neighbor, my brother and son, all in one, Brent Apperson.
We have Healing Hearts and Families in with us. Sue Ellen and Stacy are here to visit about a big event that is coming up in October. I can't believe we're here already.
I know. I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
Sue Ellen, is that where you want to start? Sue Ellen is talking about the gala that's coming up.
Sure. We're doing Harmonizing for Healing Hearts and Families on October 8th out at the Cobblestone, the Wimbox Convention Center, actually. And we've got dueling pianos coming. And it's $50 for a ticket or $425 for a table of 10. And the donations will help cover the food. And then we have live and silent auction. And those have been donated. And so, therefore, those funds will go towards client services. We get a lot of funding, but it doesn't cover everything. And this last year has proven it. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And doing pianos, they're always fun and exciting, and they'll be there all evening, and they're even going to start early. So,
all right. And this is October 8th, correct?
It's 2 weeks from Saturday.
2 weeks from Saturday.
I'm looking at Stacy and you, and I'm seeing this look in your face like it's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
Oh, my
goodness. Yep.
Well, I know you'll be ready for it. So as far as getting tickets, whether it be individually or table, obviously with a meal involved, I'm sure that the sooner people get their tickets so that you can kind of be prepared for how many people are coming, the better off that is.
Correct. They can call the office at 308-872-2420, or they can reach out to us on our webpage or our Facebook page and let us know that they're wanting tickets, and we can go from there.
And we're having flat iron steaks, so a little different change for us. No prime rib, but we're going to try steak. So,
all right,
steak, potatoes, beans, dessert. So,
well, the description of that meal sounds like it's worth $50 right there, as far as I'm concerned. So, what about your auction items? Did you want to go over some of those, or I'm sure that you have some big things that'll be auctioned off?
Well, Sue Ellen usually has the big list. I know we have a Green Mountain grill that was donated by Acres Equipment. It has a rotisserie, and I know Rod and I are going to throw in some pellets and some jerky making materials and stuff. So that's one of our bigger items. I think we have a fire pit.
Yep, we have a fire pit. We are still in the process of finalizing all that.
Okay.
So when we come back in a week, I will have everything for you.
Fantastic. If someone wants to donate something to the auction, is there still time for that?
Yes, time. Okay. We have to have everything by Friday.
By Friday.
By Friday.
Okay. All right. So if anyone out there has something they'd like to donate, please do, because you do a live and then you have a lot of things that are on tables for a silent auction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're doing well. I just don't have everything totally. We're still putting stuff together.
Sure.
You know.
Well, I think
it's Monday.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the main thing. I mean, if people still want to donate to the auction, there's still time to do that.
Yes, absolutely. Same with the tickets.
Okay.
But after Friday, the tickets are done.
And of course,
tickets are done Friday.
We never turn down just a cash donation either. I know that helps them a lot with gas cards, hotels, those kind of things that
grocery
they use
cards,
those for.
etc.
Yeah. This
is the first year, and I've been in this business for almost 20 plus years. And this is the first time we have run out of gas cards, grocery cards, Dollar General cards, any type of cards. that's our demand has been so high. And we had 1 month we had 40 nights of shelter, which means we had more than one individual in shelter for a longer period of time. So we are, definitely in need of raising funds to get some of those cards to help people. And with gas prices, we get $25 gift cards for Casey's, which is great. I'm not complaining, but $25 doesn't last some of them very long when they're trying to go back and forth to either school or work in Kearney and etc. But we take anything and are happy.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I think that is important to emphasize. You don't have to go to the event in order to make a donation or to benefit the wonderful work that Healing Hearts and Families does.
Yeah, we'll take any. We're very fortunate because this community is very supportive. And as far as donating items that we can use for families that are leaving, donating like the gift cards we were talking about. We had one couple who donated a freezer to us this year so that we can actually keep meat and some of those kind of items. And that's been a lifelong dream of ours. And, it was just like, make my day. I started to cry. I know you find that hard to believe.
Oh, what a surprise.
Yeah, it was just, Lines called me and said, we have a freezer to deliver. And I said, what? I didn't order one. And they said, oh, no, so-and-so bought it for you.
Wow.
So, those are the kind of things this community is so wonderful about and so generous. My heartfelt appreciation to everybody that donates and does support us all year round.
Well, what you guys do with Healing Hearts and Families, you never know when the need is going to arise.
Yep.
Right? You never know when the need is there. So you need to be prepared.
Yeah.
And this helps you do that, doesn't it?
And the statistics that she brings to our meetings are just, very kind of almost disturbing that there are that many people in need just here in our little neck of the woods. So
it's amazing the numbers I'm reading here about the number of victims, and this was 2021 data. 531 victims served in Nebraska in one day. 234 of those in that one day were adult and 297 were children. Now we're talking in the state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
In one day.
Just one day. We just got done with one for this last year, and that should be coming out probably in November. But yeah, that was one day. All of the programs across the state of Nebraska, we are assigned a specific day. We all have the same day. And then we turn in all the data from that day, and then they combine it. And you can go on that website and you can look at other states and et cetera. But yeah, we, this last year, served 630 individuals. Out of that 630, 119 were new clients coming in.
Okay. All right.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. The one day part of it kind of, cracks you, hits you kind of hard because you're looking at crisis lines in one day, received 171 calls. That's a call every 7 minutes in the state of Nebraska. And the other data that you put together here, in one single day in 2021, there were 35 unmet requests for services. 91% of these were for emergency shelter. And you were talking about, you just recently had somebody needing shelter every day plus, right?
Right.
In a month.
Right. And it wasn't just one person needing that whole month. Yes. And the shelter, there are programs that have individualized shelters. They're full, so then they have to find other shelters or hotel, motels, etc. But what I can tell you, none of the programs in Nebraska, to the best of my knowledge, ever leave a victim without some sort of service. So if we can't provide the shelter, we reach out across the state to our other programs, seeing if they've got room in their shelter or if they can help with it. Maybe a hotel or whatever, because Custer County Fair, or there's a rodeo here or something, then, they could be full and we don't have. But I have to say our hotels and motels here work very well with us. So
that's helpful.
Yeah, I do think it's important to note that this isn't just for Broken Bow, Custer County. I know we have Dawson County. You can tell me the counties. I don't know the counties, but it's not just Custer County. So
for DV, sexual assault, human trafficking, well, not human trafficking. I'll back up. We have bigger on that one. We have Blaine, Custer, Garfield, Greeley, Loop, Sherman, Valley, and Wheeler.
That's for what again? That's
domestic violence.
Domestic violence and sexual assault. And then for human trafficking, we go down into Dawson County because I have the diversion program down there, and Letitia has the Central Nebraska Human Trafficking Program, and we have joined forces because she also works for me in diversion. So we covered this area as far as human trafficking services. Then we do diversion services, and we basically have them in the same 8 counties except for a couple of them. And then we have Dawson and Gosper, Thomas, Hooker.
Don't look at me.
Some of these
not my wheelhouse.
Yeah. I don't have the diversion ones memorized, but we have 13 counties that we cover in diversion.
13.
So,
yeah.
McPherson, there we go.
it popped in there, didn't it? Yeah.
So, we're here to serve and help. You know, my whole thing is everybody needs to be treated with dignity and respect. And if there's a need and if there's a service that needs to be met, that's what we do. So that's how we got involved with diversion. That's how we got involved with the DV sexual assault, because I had a shelter at that time, and that's what we were seeing, that many of the youth coming to us were coming from homes that were experiencing this. So it just seemed like the perfect quote-unquote marriage, because if you can help the families, help support the mothers and et cetera, and the fathers, you can move forward with the kids. So, I'm always looking for different ways. We have therapy. We have 2 therapists on staff. We'd love to get a 3rd one, just because of the need. Mm-hmm. And they both are very busy.
Do you know off the top of your head, and most people think domestic violence, all of that it's the female that's the victim, which is not always the case. And people think that's kind of weird to think that a guy could be a victim, but it's not.
No, of the 119 new individuals we served last year, 14 of them were male.
And we've talked about this when you've been in before, about that fact, and then the ugly process that must take place before you get a chance to help somebody. And that process, as I remember, is well, let's go with the more common. The female is in denial for a long time. She thinks it's going to get better. It doesn't. Something bad happens. The guy asks for forgiveness. She gives it, and it just keeps going and going and going. And it just, in some cases, I suppose in some cases maybe, thank goodness, it gets better. But oftentimes it just gets to be a trap, right?
So there comes a bottom line when they finally have had enough. Maybe they're starting to threaten the kids, or they're threatening animals, or whatever their bottom line is. That's when they will usually reach out and leave. With that being said, a lot of times it takes between 5 and 7 times for them to actually leave permanently, because they know what to expect here. We put them into shelter. They're all alone. They don't have anybody else, to get that automatic response and processing. And then they sit there and think, well, now, the perpetrator has told me I can't get another job, I can't support myself, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that, I don't have friends, I don't have family, da-da-da-da. And so then all those things, the emotional abuse, which is the worst, keeps going and going and going through their head. And it's like, okay, I can make this work. I'm sure it's something I did. So they'll go back. Well, then it just continues to escalate. And then they finally get that bottom point, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't need to be treated this way. That was one of the things that we found in the pandemic, because a lot of times they both go to work, they can get away, so they can manage it. They put in their own safety plans so that they can manage and deal with things. But during the pandemic, when you're locked up, it was like, I can't get away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to put up with this. And a lot of those that came into us finally decided, no, enough's enough. And I think that would be maybe a good part of the pandemic. I don't know, in a crazy sort of way, but but yeah, you're right. And you know, it's hard to leave that safety net that you know, and especially if you're in a community where you don't have family, you don't have friends, you don't know anybody. You know, family and friends are so important. And they, you know, and the support that they can give, and the non-judgmental. You know, don't ever say, you know, I knew you shouldn't have married him, or I knew you shouldn't have dated him. That doesn't matter right now. They're coming to you because they're needing your help. Don't judge them. They already know that they made a poor choice.
And then along with that comes the recipients of the damage, and that first of all usually is the kids, if there's kids involved. And so then you have that part of it too, right?
Right. And you have them manipulating the kids, or trying to manipulate the staff through the kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you try and leave me, I'll take the kids away from you. Well, you know, that's probably one of the most damaging and hurtful things you can do to a mother, because the kids are the most important. Well, husbands are important too, guys. So that's not what I'm saying. But, you know.
We got you.
In that situation, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. That's right, Stacy.
But, you know, so it's just devastating. And like I said, physical abuse, yeah, that's bad, but it heals. That mental, emotional abuse, it never really goes away. You know, that's why we have the therapists we have to help them work through it. Because you can replay and you replay, and every time you replay something, it gets worse and worse and worse.
It just sticks in their head. And,
yeah.
And the physical abuse, there's going to be some mental abuse along with that. It isn't just one or the other usually. Let's switch gears, and I wanted to ask you a question. You mentioned the pandemic, and you still hear a lot of. We have some PSAs running. You hear a lot of it on TV. You read it on different sources about the effects of the pandemic still taking place today. And I know a lot of us, you know, who got through the pandemic in pretty good shape, we're going, I don't know what they're talking about. You know, we got through it, it's in the past, and we're moving forward. Have you seen the effects of that still? Is it still affecting people out there here? Or what do you think?
I don't know that I really dwell that much on the pandemic.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of behind us, but I just wondered.
And I don't know if that's part of the reason we've been so much busier.
Well, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. I don't know if it's kind of was that eye opener, and we're still seeing that from there.
I guess.
I guess maybe yes.
The
pandemic
maybe
is still
really. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter, but now the task is at hand. Whatever the results have been, you have an increase in need, and so this year the gala is more important than ever. We see bad news all the time about human trafficking, and we've talked about this before. Like, oh, that's somewhere else. No. We don't have that here in good old rural Nebraska. Well, as a matter of fact, we do, and we've seen stories recently that we know we do. You guys probably see it, you know, under the radar and know more about it than anybody, or at least most people.
Yes, it is here. You cannot stick your head in the sand anymore. We have had a couple recent victims, and I'm going to call them victims because they're still working on surviving the damage those traffickers do to them. It's, you know, the one lady that we worked with came from down south somewhere, and he had drugged her and taken her all across southern United States up, and finally ended up in our area. And, you know, he was a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she was just devastated. But she got out, she got away, we got her help, and she is moving on with her life to the best of her ability. So, yeah, it is here. You don't like to think about it. You don't like to Okay, in Nebraska, I feel that we are all genuinely interested in our neighbors and in each other. Unfortunately, there are other individuals around in society that don't think that way. It's what's best for my gain. How can I better myself? Lexington, I can tell you, Letitia has been busy with a lot of some of this and sex trafficking as far as the immigrants and et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And people take advantage of that and threaten them with various things. There's a language barrier. You know, you should never, ever use people, period. I don't utilize them, but don't use them. And I don't have those stats for you, but I can have those stats for you when I come back.
That's all right. I just was trying to kind of bounce across the different things that you guys are doing all the time so people will know how important fundraising is for you, because as you say, you're funded but not completely funded. So
and to make things clear, all of the funds that we get at the gala or donations go for client services and client needs. The grants cover the salary. They cover the business aspect as far as the insurance for the buildings and, you know, the office rent and all that kind of, and I shouldn't say stuff. My mother would come down and slap me. But anyway, that kind of stuff. So everything we get otherwise monetarily goes towards helping those that we serve, whether it be getting them relocated, getting them medical help, getting them, you know, legal help, whatever. And that's our whole thing. I mean, we just worked with a gal, and she's a success story. She came to us, and she was just totally distraught. Nothing was going right, and while she's been working with us, she's gained employment, she's gained a place to live, she's done a lot of moving forward. With that being said, not all of them are quite as fortunate to be able to do that, but we have organizations we work with very closely here in Broken Bow. You know, we work with Sand Hills Collaborative, we work with SENCAP, which is no longer SENCAP, but anyway, Central Nebraska, you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so because of that collaboration, Ministerial Association, we're able to help these survivors get a second chance in life. But when we got done helping this one young lady, she looked at me and she says, well, you're nothing like HHS. And not that I'm putting HHS down or anything like that, that I'm not. But they have their criteria and the things that you need to meet. We're different from that because we offer you a menu type thing. These are your options. You choose what's best for you. We're not going to tell them what to do, but we will support them. Now, are there times we'd like to tell them what to do? Absolutely.
More than once, probably.
Yeah. But, you know, and like we tell them, you go back or you do whatever, we'll be here. We're always here to help you.
All right. All right. Are you going to have another speaker this year,
Yes.
a testimonial type thing?
Yes.
All right. Those are pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. We have that. We have Clay Patton as our MC again. And we have Corey Palmer, thank you, as our auctioneer.
One suggestion there with Corey, don't let him drink too much coffee before he auctioneers. He's pretty jacked up anyway.
We'll do our best. How's that?
He does a very good job.
He does a great job. He's got energy.
I know I spent way too much money last year on an item, and
so that's what he does.
It's all for a good cause.
He gets that energy going. That's right.
Just be careful. One thing about Corey, be careful if you go to scratch your nose or something like that, because Corey will assume you're bidding. So
yes, he's very good.
And he will tease you a little bit.
Oh
sometimes.
yes,
Oh
he
yeah,
does a great job.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we've got the Flatiron Steak Meal. We've got entertainment. We've got items. It's a good time to get out and just socialize and have fun. Doing pianos is always uplifting and interactive. And please come. Tickets again are $50. A table's $425. If you're interested in either one of those two, give us a call at the office, 308-872-2420, or go on our webpage or on our Facebook page. Let us know that you're wanting tickets. And you've got until Friday. And then we have to give a final count to the caterer. And we have till Friday if you want to donate monetary. Well, monetary you can donate anytime. But if you have anything you want us to put on a silent or live auction, please contact us, but we need all the information by Friday.
Okay. All right. Stacy, dueling pianos. I don't know for sure if this works this way with these guys, but ones that I've seen, then you can actually request a song. If you request a song for the dueling pianos, what would it be this year?
Oh, jeez. Pressure. Oh, that's a good one.
You think about it. I just want to let you know.
I think I was thinking about that the other day, which song I would request, and I think I would do the Adele song that David Nail did a cover of, and he did it on the piano, and I can't think what the name of the song is.
But it's an Adele song.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Ellen, what you've been to him? What would you request?
See, I know.
I know what mine would be.
What?
The theme to Peanuts.
Oh, sure.
To Charlie Brown.
There you go.
That is what I would like to hear them play.
Yeah, that would be a great request.
Probably the Piano Man. You'd probably have to pick that one.
Oh, yeah, Piano Man would be good.
I'm sure they probably get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do believe that if you make a donation requesting a song, I think that they have decided that at the end of the night, Dueling Pianos is going to donate back a portion of that, of those
that's great.
request donations.
Because that can get pretty competitive. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I've never been, so I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to love it. Yeah, there's too many songs to choose from.
I just tried this for a joke, and the piano guy didn't like it very well because I said, I'd like to request Inagata Davida, which is it's about a 20-minute song. So you might want to keep the shorter ones in mind.
Not quite Bohemian Rhapsody, but
Before you guys go, I was just looking at this sheet that you put together saying what your donation can do. And for $100, groceries, utility payment, $50, car seat, medical copay, child school supplies, some of the things you list, $25, gas card, diapers and wipes, food card. For a very minimal donation, you can make a difference. You don't have to have $1,000 to make a difference, do you?
No.
$25 can make a difference, can't it?
Yeah. The whole thing is, and in November, December, we'll be sending out our holiday appeal. If everybody we sent that out to even gave $25, that's all it would take.
That's what it would do. Okay.
I mean, and we sent it out close to 700 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, the thing is, we don't want to break anybody, but we do want to encourage them to support others in their community. And like I said, we served 630 individuals this last year.
Yeah.
And they aren't just from Broken Bow. They're from the other 8 counties as well. And, I'd like to say it's going to go down, but anytime I think that, it doesn't. So I don't say anything anymore about that. I would like to get I would like to get put out of my job so I can enjoy my grandbabies more. But no, the need is still here.
Yeah.
And we'll be here to provide services for them 24/7. And, there's a crisis line you can call. It's 800-942-4040, and there's always somebody there. We don't use an answering service. We are fortunate enough that all the staff will rotate and take turns to cover it. And then during the gala, Safe Center has offered to cover our crisis lines for us. So.
Okay. Well, we'll see you again with a little update here and there. But people have time to get their tickets, make donations anytime. Sue Ellen and Stacy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Healing Hearts and Families, our guests this morning, and look forward to having you back.
Good.
All right. Did we make our donation for the breakfast show? We've got that taken care of? Okay.
We got it.
That's good. We'll take a time out, and we'll be back with news.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow has the vitamins you need to keep your body running strong. A few options available from Health Mart include vitamin C, 500 milligram chewables, 500 milligram with rose hips, and 1,000 milligram with rose hips. A variety of vitamin B12 options are available, including 500 micrograms, 1,000 micrograms with prolonged release, 2,500 microgram quick dissolve, and 5,000 microgram quick dissolve. These and more vitamins are at Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow.
Aero Aviation, let us take control.
Remember the time you used to spend fighting weeds and bugs? Now you can spend that time elsewhere because aerial application is your best advantage against these problems. Let Aero Aviation take control.
When you need a helping hand to get the most from your land, Aero Aviation, let us take control.
For over 50 years, Aero Aviation has served the area. Contact Casey for your aerial application today.
For 10 years, we've been sharing the stories of Nebraska kids fighting brain cancer, and you've been there to fight with them.
To those of us fighting every day, it means the world that they take the time to do that for our kids.
Be ready to fight on September 29th, the 10th annual Team Jack Radiothon, presented by the Home Agency, all across Nebraska.
Go Team Jack.
All right. Get all the details at teamjackfoundation.org.
Listen on the 29th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on KCNI 96.3 FM and 1280 AM.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Hurricane Ian is a huge threat to Florida. Stephanie Abrams with the Weather Channel.
Advisories already extending from the Keys up into Tampa Bay. Hurricane watch for Tampa Bay. And we also have a storm surge watch. And in the Tampa Bay area, we could see that surge 5 to 8 feet.
Tropical storm Fiona left widespread damage in eastern Canada. The mayor of a province in Newfoundland told his residents,
if your home is a safe place, stay there. If your home is not a safe place, let's try to get you out and let's try to get on the move and go.
A gunman opened fire at a school in central Russia, killing 15 people and injuring dozens. BBC News Russia correspondent Sergei Goryashko on the 34-year-old shooter who had gone to that school.
We do know that the gunman had 2 Makarov pistols in his possession and lots of ammo.
He took his own life after the attack. CBS News Brief. I'm Stacey Lynn.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
In college football Saturday, victories in the top 10 for Georgia and Alabama, for Ohio State and Michigan, and for number 5 Clemson, which won in double overtime at Wake Forest, 51-45, despite 6 touchdown passes from Sam Hartman. Kansas State pulled off the upset at number 6 Oklahoma, beating the Sooners 41-34. 7th-ranked USC needed a touchdown pass with just over a minute to go to win at Oregon State 17-14. Kentucky and Tennessee with wins, and Texas A&M as well. The Aggies beat number 10 ranked Arkansas 23-21. Oregon came back to win at Washington State. Texas Tech in overtime beat Texas, and Middle Tennessee dominated Miami. In baseball, Cleveland won its 6th straight game. The Yankees won their 6th in a row. Aaron Judge went 0 for 3. Dodgers and Padres with victories. Oakland beat the Mets and Jacob deGrom 10-4, while Atlanta won its game 6-3 at Philadelphia.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures pushing up into the upper 70s for today. We'll see abundant sunshine. Then for tonight, clear and calm, dropping back to a low of 43. Tuesday, a stretch of sunny and dry weather looks to continue with highs in the upper 70s. Wednesday, still lots of sunshine, working up to a high of 75. And a few degrees warmer into your Thursday, approaching 80. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation is your place for all things pivots and electrical. Call today to schedule your fall pivot maintenance, to quote a brand new Zomatic pivot with 0% financing, and ask how they can save you $500 on a new sprinkler package. With harvest coming, make sure your grain bins are in top working order by having them checked over or even rewired. They also carry the widest range of fuses and capacitors in town. Call today at 872-7786. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. That's Custer Electric and Irrigation at 872-7786 on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
45 degrees outside here at Broken Bow, Nebraska, under a sunny sky. Winds are still light out of the southwest this morning. Good to have you aboard. A couple of notes here. Today on KCNI, we'll have the governor's call-in show at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Your chance to listen to the governor, take calls, or you can call as well to participating stations across the state with the Nebraska Broadcasters Group, and we are one of those, so we'll have that for you today. Also, a blood drive taking place beginning now at Arcadia's Community Center. That runs from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m., and there is a flu shot clinic open to the public at Anselmo Myrna Public Schools from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. today. So those are some of the things that are happening here on this Monday. Here's Brent Apperson with more announcements on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Household hazardous waste collection. It was here in Broken Bow in Custer County back on Saturday, September the 17th. It will move to Dawson County this Friday, September 30th. The locations will be in Gothenburg at the City Maintenance Facility from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. Again, this is Friday, September 30th. And then move to Cozad at the Recycling and Disposal Site from 11 until noon. And then be in Lexington at the City Service Building from 1 until 2:30. So that's where the household hazardous waste collection will be set up in Dawson County on Friday, September 30th. Again, in Gothenburg at the City Maintenance Facility from 9 to 10. In Cozad at the Recycling and Disposal Site from 11 until noon, and in Lexington at the City Service Building from 1 until 2:30. No computers will be accepted at these sites. Some of the other items that will be accepted include yard and garden chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, flammables, paints and thinners, auto products, used oil, antifreeze, batteries, fluorescent light bulbs, just to name a few. So that'll be located in the Dawson County area on Friday, September 30th.
tour that is happening in Custer County. We'll start at 9:30 in Arnold, and then 2 o'clock we'll kind of do a brief tour of the community to show our district governors that will be with us what Rotary has done and impacted in the community with our partnerships. And then at 3 o'clock, we have sort of a listening session at the hospital that everybody is invited to come out, learn what we're about, what we've done, and then we'll kind of turn it over to them and say, hey, this is what we've done, but what do you see that we're missing? What do you want to see us do more of? And then hopefully that'll take us right into the Pints for Polio, which happens from 5 to 8 out at Kincaider. And we have a special run of glasses that say "In Polio Now" on one side, and then Kincaider Brewing Company on the other side. $15 for the glass, and it gets you your first beer or drink. You can get root beer, pop, whatever you want in there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a lot of fun and really educational. Let's go back to the Imagination Tour. You have the folks coming in to see what Rotary does here, and I like the idea you mentioning that they'll then maybe from the outside, it's always good to have an outside look in. Maybe they'll discover something that has been overlooked, forest for the trees sort of thing, right?
Right. That is our hope.
So how many of these folks are coming in, or do you know yet?
I don't know that we will know until this afternoon for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Deb was guessing tops we would have 14 people.
14, and will they be all Nebraskans, all from Nebraska?
I know the one district governor is from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, a good mix of people, and that outside look should be very interesting. And it's always nice to show other people what an organization or a group has done, what it's accomplished, and sometimes you need to remind yourself of that too, right?
Right. Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to brag on the community and the partnerships we've done to get some of these projects done.
Yeah. Brett, do you have a question or two yet?
You mentioned something at, I think you said 3 o'clock. Is that correct, Michelle, where you're going to meet at the hospital? And that, what you'll do that afternoon is open to the entire public. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yep, that's kind of our listening session. And then, where we'll listen to the public of what else could we do to help the community.
And I assume if someone's interested in that, just show up. I mean, there's no pre-registration or anything for that, is there?
Right. Nope,
Okay.
Just show up at the hospital, and it's conference room A. You will be screened there at the hospital, and you will be asked to put a mask on, but then once you're in conference room A, you can take it off.
Okay. All right. Great. Good to know.
Be a good chance, Michelle, for other organizations. It could be city government, county government, other volunteer groups to come and take part and, listen and then maybe come up with some ideas with you and might make for some collaborations later on.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now, I know that here in the central part of the country, we sometimes insulate ourselves from the news. But there have been cases of polio showing up where, I think the most recent was New York City. I know over in Europe they've had quite a resurgence over there. And I don't know, human nature will probably prevail here. I hope it doesn't. That will, that's somewhere else sort of thing. But this is a good chance to actually understand how polio is returning and some of the dangers of it, right?
Exactly. Yes, it is in all boroughs of New York City. It is coming back faster than we would like to see. So definitely a very important event so we can continue the fight to eradicate polio.
Yeah, and Rotary's been working to do that for more than 30 years, and all this progress, you just don't want to lose it because polio is a terrible thing, but it's especially hard on kids, and we never like to see that.
Exactly, yes. And we will have the iron lung on display out at Kincaider, too. For me, I had never seen one of those. So to think of that this disease can put you in one of those, I would not want to stay in one of those not even for a day.
No,
so,
I agree. Or even an hour, actually. They don't look like that much fun, but those of us who are old enough remember, those awful pictures of people being in those for long periods of time and not sometimes being the same when they finally made it out of one. So this is important. I think this is good that you guys are making us a little more aware and paying attention to this situation. It was eradicated almost completely, and here we go, we got it back again. So I think this is great you're doing this.
Yes.
So anything else with Rotary? You got some more speakers coming in later on, maybe you can tell us about, or maybe you can tell us about later.
Well, I'm working on a couple of speakers. I'm hoping to try to get some ag-influenced speakers in Rotary as well. So as soon as I get confirmation on some of those, I will let you know.
Okay, Michelle. No, you're a busy lady. Thanks for taking time to talk to us today, and I hope everything goes well the next couple days.
Thank you guys very much.
All right. We'll talk to you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Michelle Nelson with the Rotary. Also, of course, she takes care of many things at the Custer County Fairgrounds, specializes in the public relations part, but way more than that. And I was just talking with her off the air. They're still working on hiring a new fairgrounds manager out there. If you're interested, get a hold of Michelle, and she'll get the paperwork to you, and you can make the application for that. And just like everybody else, they're always looking for good part-time help. They have events going on almost all year long. So talk to Michelle about it. It'd be kind of a fun job if you liked agriculture, animals and horses and that sort of thing. A neat place to work because you'd be around them a lot, and it might be a perfect fit for you.
There you go.
All right. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on a Monday.
2:30 to 4:30. The Uke Boys. Now, if you're going to be the Uke Boys, I'm guessing you play the ukulele. Would that be right?
Sounds like a good matchup.
I don't know. Anyway, the Uke, them Uke Boys, I guess, is the name of the group, and they'll be performing from 5 until 7. And then Lloyd McCarter and the Honky Tonk Revival will close things out, performing on the stage from 7:30 until 10:30. Come out and enjoy some traditional German fare, exclusive beer, sausage, and pretzels from Beer House Mace-Schaller. I hope I'm close on that. Anyway, mark your calendar. It is Oktoberfest 2022, scheduled for October 8th at Kincaid Brewing Company in Broken Bow.
Choose the proven performance of the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, featuring high-yielding Extend Flex soybeans and the exceptional weed control of XtendiMax herbicide with Vapor Grip technology. Elite genetics, triple herbicide tolerance, flexibility that delivers results, backed by 25 years of innovation. That's the Roundup Ready Extend crop system, the system of choice. XtendiMax is a restricted-use pesticide. Always follow stewardship practices, all pesticide label directions, and check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state.
They say if you listen hard enough, you can hear the corn grow. It's true. When you're out in the field, you understand its challenges and what it needs to thrive. Channel Seedsmen bring insights from the field to our team of Bayer plant breeders. Their knowledge inspires our product development. From your best ground to your most challenging conditions, our products are designed to perform in your fields. Visit channellistens.com to see our latest innovations. Always read and follow IRM where applicable, grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
9:28 is your time. Brent has a couple more job openings I believe he has for you, and I have one last item as well.
All right, some job opportunities. Before we go here, Consolidated Companies has openings for full-time outside plant technicians within their organization in the Myrna area. They are seeking motivated individuals that enjoy working outside and must be safe, of course, quality and performance-minded, and you must have a valid Nebraska driver's license. Consolidated is a family-owned telecommunications company that has been serving its customers in central and western Nebraska for over 65 years, offering competitive wages, great benefits package for full-time employees. You can send your resume to Ryan Pate. You can email him at ryan.pate, P-A-T-E, at nebnet.com, or you can call Ryan if you have questions at 308-362-7088. Also, Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler cook in Broken Bow. Good starting wage, great benefits, must have a high school diploma or equivalent, looking for someone with previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. You would purchase food and prepare meals, complying with USDA requirements, and be responsible for cleaning classroom and doing dishes, laundry, etc. If you would like more information, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Or you can apply online by going to their website at centralnebraskacap.com. And again, on all of these job opportunities that we list on the Breakfast Show, you can look at the postings in full by going to sandhillsexpress.com and going to the employment page.
All right, thank you, Brent. We do want to remind you one more time that today at Henry's Bar in Callaway, they'll be having a free will donation taco night. That starts at 5 o'clock this evening. And this is a fundraiser for the family of Nathan Rosentrader. And they also had a fundraiser at Shotgun Annie's over the weekend as well. And Candace put that on. And now Henry's going to be following up with that today at 5 o'clock. Taco night starting at 5 at Henry's in Callaway for the family of Nathan Rosentrader. So please attend if you can, or maybe get some money that way, even if you can't attend. So that's the Monday show. We'll look to a Tuesday show and talk maybe some more things more seriously about many different things, including carp.
Carp. Okay. Kind of the topic of the week then? Carp?
Carp.
Okay. Can't wait.
It goes deeper in the lake than you think.
Oh, man. The waters could get muddied on that topic.
Well, they will, because it's all about carp. Vegetarian fish, who needs them?